Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name's Abdul Kareem, and today we'll be sharing with you part 2 of the Brother series. In the previous episode we mentioned that there was a house owned by my great-great-great-grandfather, also named Kareem, who I share his namesake. And he was a very wealthy man. He had a shop, and he had a big house, and he had many sons and daughters. And one day his daughter-in-law gets married and she's told about the jinn that lives in the house. And she didn't believe him. So of course, one day she sees the jinn and she's shocked and changed forever. You see, this jinn liked to move things from place to place. It would often make breakfast in the house, which was the strangest thing ever. But people used to eat it as though it was a gift from the beyond. But I mentioned earlier in an episode that the shop had something weird in it too. You see, the shop was run by my grandfather, and every month a bag of coins, gold coins, would just appear in the shop. A gift from brother. My grandfather of course took the gold coins, and he was a very wealthy and happy man, and he was well respected in the community. And then one day this man walks into the shop and his wife is there. And the man says, "Oh, I'm here to buy something." Before my great-great-grandfather's wife could say anything, brother appears. He says, "Do not speak, do not speak. Go, go, strange man." And this brother, this jinn, is telling this other creature to go. And the other creature, this man, looks at him with a wicked grin. And then he vanishes into the air. My grandmother is confused, shocked. She's thinking, what the hell? Brother turns to her, says, "Never let that man in the house. Never let that man into the store." And just like that, brother is gone like the wind. The lady standing there, shocked, scared, confused. But she brushes it off eventually. She calms down. She goes home. A few months pass and it's forgotten. And then one day, she's walking, holding her granddaughter's hand. And her granddaughter's walking along. You see, in that part of Kenya, they were in a place named as Memetiari, which is well known for its mangoes. It was well known for having big mango trees. Today, Memetiari is filled with bustling city streets. It's the heart of an urban area. But we're talking over 100 years ago, when it was rural, when it had mango trees, thick, large mango trees. And so they were walking along. And it wasn't the season for mangoes. Mangoes would not be ripe at that season. And they were walking along holding hands, and the grandmother was telling her granddaughter stories. And suddenly, out of the blue, this one perfect shaped, this one perfectly ripe mango falls out of the tree and rolls across the ground, just in front of them. They stop and say, "That's a perfectly ripe mango." Now imagine it's months from mango season, and here, right in front of them, is a perfectly juicy, ripe mango. Now, the grandmother says, "Granddaughter, take that mango, eat it, it'll be delicious." And the granddaughter said, no, I'm not going to touch that mango. For whatever reason, she didn't trust that mango. And so the grandmother sees the mango, looks at her daughter-in-law, so looks at her granddaughter and thinks to herself, "You know what, we can't just let good food go to waste." She plucks up the mango and she starts walking home. And food in hand, it's juicy, it's ripe. She just starts eating it. That night she died. Strangely, she was old, but she wasn't old enough to just die. And no one had a reason or explanation as to why. And after her husband died, the few sightings of this brother would be less and less. Within one generation, brother had almost completely gone. Well, it's not completely the end of my brother's story. He will come back again in one other story. See, in the 21st century, my mother and my father had an experience with Brother again. But that's a story for another time. Thank you for watching. My name's Abdul Kareem. Do not fear the Jinn. Although this may have been poisoned, Jinn don't have the ability to kill people. It was probably a person who poisoned the fruit, and the Jinn just made it look ripe or something. Jinn cannot harm you, they cannot kill you. So do not fear them. Do not have any kind of fear towards those things. And remember your Maker. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Come to goodness. Come.
Allahu Akbar, Allah.